business is not booming at expert network firms. The industry has been battered by the government's crackdown on insider trading. A former top executive tells Bloomberg some firms may not survive, including his former employer. John Erlichman is right beside me now, and he has a little bit more from this exclusive interview.
Yeah.
So can we bug you right away for the name?
His name is Peter Flynn. He used to work for a company called Leerink Swann. We know that for the past couple of months, we've now seen images, Deirdre, of former and current employees from the expert network from Primary Global Research, shots of them being arrested, shots of them heading to their bail hearings. Flynn worked at Leerink Swann for more than 10 years as its chief legal and compliance officer. Before that, he was an SEC official. This is a firm that created Medicorp, one of the first expert network firms for the healthcare industry. He said business had already been under pressure for the last couple of years, but since this probe unfolded, it has just taken that much bigger a bite out of the industry, to the point where there are some firms that won't survive. Let's hear what he had to say about that.
To the extent that people have consultants who have been indicted, I think that that's probably going to be or could be insurmountable to recovering in their business. It's just the adverse publicity has affected everybody across the board. I've heard this from several different firms that provide consultants.
And while he thinks that some firms are going to get through this, he says he expects more arrests, and then that comes down to the issue of reputational risk. This is an industry that's totally driven by reputation, and right now reputations have taken a massive hit.
So does Flynn think that Medicorp, you mentioned, is going to be shut down?
Well, right now, look, he has not had contact with his former employer. We do not know whether or not, for example, Leerink Swann is being investigated by authorities, but he says there are a lot of open questions right now, questions we won't have answers to for some period of time. Have a listen.
My best guess is, a year or two from now, I think the business will recover to some extent. And then it's really kind of anybody's guess as to what the level of the recovery will be.
And Deirdre, for its part, Leerink Swann not commenting. Flynn did say that their business model may be a little different than some of the others, like Primary Global Research, in that it relies more on experts, say, tied to academics, as opposed to people from inside companies.
But as you said, I mean, this whole industry is now under question.
Absolutely.
John, thanks very much.